Hello everyone, it's Rhonda Swan and welcome to the Out of the Box Marketing Training. You know, it's time to get out of your box in your mind that says the only type of marketing that I can do for my business is internet marketing. You know, I started doing this type of marketing over 7 years ago when I began working in the network marketing industry. And what I found is that being a new marketer, learning how to be a marketer, learning how to be an internet marketer, there were things that I really wanted to do to start promoting my business. So I started to do some really fun ways of marketing, and I created this out-of-the-box idea for ways for you to get out of the box, which also means get away from the box of your computer, right? Get out and start moving, get active, doing things to market your business in your daily life. So that's what I'm going to talk about today, is ways to market your business other than just doing the normal ways of marketing or the status quo styles of marketing that we all know about. So let's get started. All right, now what I'm going to talk about is there's many different ways to do marketing that's out of the box style of thinking. But my main focus during this slideshow is going to be business drop cards, using flyers, either selling your business, or in my industry is also a personal development industry. So I'm going to show you how to write flyers based on personal development and based on your business opportunity, utilizing shopping cart ads, water bottles, car magnets, custom car frames. I'll tell you what, there's so many different ways, and you're going to get tons and tons of ideas just from us talking about these top 6 things. So let's get going, and I want you to make sure you take some notes, but I'm going to also give you some resources as well of the best websites that I have used. There's millions of them. Of course, you can Google each idea yourself, but I have found some of the great resources that I will share with you as well today. All right, number 1, guys, is business drop cards. Now, many of your companies, you may have your own business cards, but I like to use business drop cards and business opportunity cards that are really personalized. Now, I took this idea from the real estate market. As you noticed, most all real estate agents have their pictures on their cards. Well, there's a reason why they do that, is because they want you to create that immediate know, like, and trust feeling of them when you grab their card. So same thing that I like to do here is create the know, like, and trust with my business card. So that anytime someone sees this card, they're going to see a picture of us, they're going to see our tagline, and they're going to find information about us. So what I like to do with these business drop cards is, of course, you have your name, your company name, and we have our tagline. I've utilized this tagline for years. We have a couple new ones now because we have a new blog. But, you know, create a tagline that connects the person to you. For instance, ours is we teach people how to create wealth and live the lifestyle of their dreams. Right? That creates an idea for someone why they want to connect with us, right? And then, of course, you want to always have your direct website, your email, and your phone number. Now, in the past, I've used an 800 number. I chose to start utilizing my local number because these cards were going to be dropped and utilized in my local area. Now, there's a couple things and ways that I utilize these business drop cards that has created over 6 figures for me by just utilizing this one idea. What I like to do is I went into Staples or any type of business center and picked up those little plastic business cards, business card holders. And what I did is I utilized these throughout my day. If I was going to, let's say, a coffee shop, a deli shop, any kind of local shop that's around you where you could post or leave these drop cards. Now, what I would do is I'd go into the owner of the shop. Let's say it was a local coffee shop, and say, you know, hey, my name is Rhonda Swan. I am building my business locally here. I'm a local entrepreneur, and I'd like to know if you wouldn't mind if I left my business cards here. Now, most coffee shops, deli places, they all tend to have a pile of business cards all around, let's say, a little counter. So what I did is I came in and said, look, if you would be willing to allow me to leave my business cards, I have brought in some business card holders to really clean up your area. And if you're okay with me doing this, I'd love to leave mine. And I brought a couple extra ones to clean up this space. Now, every business owner really appreciates if you care about their business. And of course, no one likes to see business cards thrown all over the place, because what I noticed is business cards would be there, and then after a while the owner just started throwing them all away because people just were not respectful of their space. So because I walked in and was respectful of their space, they allowed me to leave mine. Now, I always bought the clear ones, little plastic clear ones. I think they cost me about $1. And what I would do is I would go in and bring them at least 2 or 3, put my own in, and I would leave my business cards there. Now, I would go back to these locations at least once a week to make sure they were full. And what happens is many of these spots either also has like the cork board where you can post flyers or post cards up with a tack. So what I would do is I'd either bring the business card placeholders, or I would also go in and have enough tacks with me, in a little bag or a little box, and I would take 3 or 4 business cards and post them up, kind of fan them out. And if you look at a business card like this, they're very attractive. They're not a normal business card, so it brings attraction to people. Now, this picture behind us was actually real. We were in South Africa when we took this picture. So I recommend taking a picture that's a real one, right? This kind of doesn't look real, but it was. We were in South Africa. But you can take pictures of yourself just where it's kind of exciting background. So it's going to draw attention to that space, whether it's on a cork board, a post-it board, or sitting in a business card holder. You want to make sure it draws attraction. And then, of course, I also used the backside just to give someone a little bit more idea of who we really are. So remember, number one thing about business drop cards is you want to make sure you have your information and have your tagline. Create something that attracts them. You can utilize the normal style business card, but, I just really feel that it attracted more people by creating my tagline and having people contact me directly to really ask me what my business is about. So I've not only used the business drop cards in deli shops and in coffee shops, but I've also used them in a number of different ways by going to libraries or to bookstores, placing my business cards in, let's say, a financial book or Think and Grow Rich or Rich Dad Poor Dad books. I would slide my card in because that is the clientele I'm looking to work with. We've also told the clerk, if you ask them if they would place my business card in every one of their bags that they sold, every book that they sold, if they would place my business card in there. And you know what? They're so willing to do things for local people, especially if it's a local store. A lot of the, corporate structured Barnes and Nobles may not be so hip on it, but you can always go in and place your business cards in some of the books around there. I've also will leave my business card after every restaurant. When you go and you pay your bill, you always slide your business card in there, especially if a waitress has got just some really good, oomph about them, or they're just really good go-getter. You always want to work with people that are like that, go-getters that, I tend to find waitresses and waiters, and bartenders, man, those guys work their tail off and they are go-getters. So, they're always a great person to look to work with. So utilize your business drop cards in many different ways. These are just a few ideas. I have gotten my business cards mainly from Vistaprint.com. Vistaprint is a great resource because they typically will give you your first 300 for free. So check with Vistaprint, and they also have tons and tons of different marketing material that you can order just from creating one business drop card or one card. They can utilize your template for other items as well. All right, let's move on. Next is going to be flyers. Now, of course, flyers have been utilized forever. And, so many people, got out of the flyering business. Well, I'm not a huge flyer, but I tell you what, they really do work if you use them appropriately. Now, this example here is more of a personal development style flyer. I've used this exact template. And what I did is I would utilize these flyers in our local area. Now, I've put them at convention centers, in parking lots, on cars, you name it. But what I found the most effective was there was a flyer company in my local area that actually delivered flyers for you. Now, what I realized is that if you just find a teenager or someone that you trust, that they may want some extra work and you trust them, well, then you can have them deliver the flyers to people's doorstops. Now, the way that I found them working the best is you want to go in Basically, I used a 10 by 10 square block, and we would flyer every Wednesday and every Monday and every Friday, or you can do a Monday and a Wednesday. But what you want to do is you want to hit these exact same locations for at least 4 to 6 weeks at a time. So what we would do is we go through each area within that 10 by 10 square block and flyer them twice a week. Because what happens, as many of you know, you have to be able to see a ad or a flyer several times before someone's going to act upon it. So if you're just randomly flyering one house, once every 3 to 6 months, you're really not going to create that impact. So staying within a square block, 10 by 10 block, or even a 4 by 4 block, there's a lot of houses there. You could probably flyer, 100 people 2 times 100 houses twice a week, and do it for at least 4 to 6 weeks so you create that impact. You'll slowly start having people contact you if you have a great message. Always have your website and always have a phone number they can contact you on as well. Now, this is when I used 800 Link, which was my 800 number. People were able to leave a voicemail for me, and then I was able to just grab a hold of those voicemails and call back the people that I truly felt that deserved my attention. So this is a good example of a personal development style, not too much on the money side, but of course you want to use keywords that attract people's attention. All right, now the second flyer is a flyer for your business. Now, this is the exact same ad and flyer that I used for years. I placed flyers and utilized this ad in local papers, little 3-line ads that were the exact same as my flyer that I use in my local area. So I would place a 3-line ad in the local papers and in the business section, business opportunity section, as well as utilize the same ad content and language in the flyer. Executive level income, working from home. I was an executive. I made executive income, and I loved the idea of being able to work from home. So this was very attractive to me. So you always want to write your flyer and your ad content based on the person you're looking to attract. If you're a stay-at-home mom, you might want to put something such as that. If you're looking to attract stay-at-home moms. And I always put, contact me only if you're serious, or serious people only, looking for serious people only. Now, we are, in my industry, we are not an MLM style business. So I typically would also put not MLM in this flyer or in this ad if that's something that you want to distinguish yourself against others. All right? So flyers are great. They're a great way to use them. You can use them everywhere, literally everywhere. Yellow, bright fluorescent yellow tend to be the best paper to utilize other than black and white. You really don't want to utilize black and white. Yellow tends to stand out the most with black print. All the fluorescent colors stand out pretty well, but the yellow seems to have the best attention. All right, let's get to the fun stuff, shall we? All right, next is the shopping cart ads. Now, I know all of you guys have been to shopping and you go to the grocery store and you see an ad just like this, or you see a real estate agent face staring right in front of you. Guys, these are one of the most fun ways to market yourself in your local area. You might use the exact same ad content that you did in your local flyer or your local newspaper, or place a picture of yourself on a shopping cart ad. Shoppingcartads.com, they do national ads everywhere. You don't just have to utilize your local area. But, there's a reason why those ads are everywhere. Because if you're shopping around, right, and you're looking at this ad constantly, well, if the language and the ad content triggers that person enough, they might just call you right then and there while they're shopping. There's a reason why those real estate agents have done it, because it has worked for them for many, many years. So have a fun time with it. Create a cool picture, or put your picture on there, and give to the right-hand side, your ad content that, gives them not only your website, but also the number to contact you at. But shopping cart ads, guys, can be a lot of fun, and they're actually quite cost-effective as well. And what happens is if you don't renew your ad and no one else renews in your local area, your ad will stay there for a long time. So you may only have to pay for, let's say, maybe a month of space. If someone else doesn't refill that ad, your picture and your ad will stay there, which will create residual advertisements for a long period of time. So they're a lot of fun and an exciting way to be walking around town, and people may notice you and notice your brand. That's what's really the most important piece too, guys, is creating your own brand and sticking with the exact same, branded title or your branded banners, and utilizing them consistently throughout all of your advertisements. All right, next is water bottles. I have loved water bottles for years. They are a really fun way to really get not only just get your brand out there, get your name out there, but they're also a great way to give to your local community. I'm a true believer. The more you give, the more you get. And if you're marketing, the more you can give, assist in, some of your community, let's say races or community giving that they do, then you can truly, create a lot of good buzz around your brand. So what I've done is within water bottles, of course, athletes love water bottles, of course. I want to go to these. What I was looking for when I did water bottles, I wanted to go towards the group that was motivated, which of course are athletes, runners, go to gyms. So what I did is I researched local races in my area, and I asked them if they were open to donations. So what I took is I took 500 water bottles to several different races. Now, this is the best part. You utilize your business card, your drop card, and you open the water bottles. It takes some time. You have a local kid or, a friend come over and hang out, and you open all these water bottles and you toss your card in them. You see, they may see the ad outside, but many people may not recognize it or care what it says. They just know they're getting a free water bottle. But what happens is you give them that little extra information by making them, if they need to fill it, they got to clean it, so they're going to have to get that card out of there. So you're going to get a double hit on your advertising by placing your drop card inside the water bottle. So I placed them at races, and I went to local gyms and asked them if I could give away, 50 water bottles that day, or they would give away the first 50 people that walked in the door. And it worked brilliantly. We got lots of calls from them, and these are the type of people. I mean, athletes, people that are health conscious, those are ones that I want to work with. That's the type of person I am. I want someone that cares about themselves, and many times, you're going to get the exact same person as you are. We also went to a learning annex one year and went to all the different breakout rooms, and we handed out pens as they walked into the learning annex, because of course people want to take their notes. So we handed out pens, and then after the speaker that we liked the most, we went into their breakout room, and every person that purchased their product, we asked the speaker, hey, would you mind if we gave away a gift for someone that bought your product? I just bought your product. I really love what you do, and we're looking for great entrepreneurs that are motivated and people that are really willing to take their business and their life to another level, and we want to reward them for it. And these people loved it. Absolutely, they said no problem. So we use these water bottles by giving them away also at learning annex events and at different types of conferences. You can also pay people to do it for you. But when I first started out, I wanted to do the legwork and get out there and do it myself. And we had a lot of great responses just from using these alone. And, and it's a lot of fun to have your own branded pieces that you have with you all the time. We had water bottles with us forever. In fact, people would come over asking us, hey, can we get one of your water bottles so we can go riding our bikes down through town? Guys, it's just a great way to get your brand out there, and it's a lot of fun doing it. Discountmugs.com has a lot of different things that you can purchase, for water bottles, from anything you really can think of. They're just another great resource that I found to be useful. All right, let's move on. Next is car magnets. Wow, what a fun way to market. Now, of course, this is not my, our brand. This is just a picture that I took off. But this is a great way to put on the side of your door of your vehicle. Let's say you have, let's say you're a work-at-home mom that says, I'm a work-from-home mom working with my kids, right? Maybe you drive a minivan or a big SUV or an Escalade, and you've got lots of kids in it, picking them up from practices, taking them back and forth. What a fun way to advertise your business. You're driving around, and you put an ad in the language that you are looking to find, right? Now, for instance, the Unstoppable family, we've been traveling now for, over 3 years, and we are preparing to do a big RV tour. Now, we're going to get a huge magnet on the side of this it's going to be like a rock star tour bus. So I want people to know the Unstoppable family's there. And of course, what a great way. Say something like, you know, we are living our dreams by traveling around the world. Are you living your dreams, right? Ask questions in your ads, and it makes so much fun. Of course, put your website and your phone number on there. But man, what a great way, an inexpensive way to get free leads, right? Get your brand out there and get people asking, create a buzz about what you do. You know, we're getting them made for everywhere we travel. We rent a car, boom, you put on your car magnet on the side of your car, and the Unstoppable family's coming to town, right? And you know, when you create enough buzz about your brand, and let's say you have it on social media, you have it all over the place, people are going to start looking up who you are, what you're doing. So this is another great way to advertise and create branded merchandise for your business. All right, now car frames, I love these. I've had so many people traveling around behind me saying, "Hey, I see, you know, you've got your car frame that says, you know, we teach people how to create wealth and live the lifestyle of their dreams," and had our website. We had so many people asking about this and going to our site or going and just looking for us that it really makes a great conversation piece as well. You know, you might have we had a pretty decent car with a, you know, a nice chrome car frame that had our website, and you know, people start looking around, you're driving around, people are sitting behind you in traffic, you know, you're bound to get people to ask you or just create a great buzz. You know, there's a reason why these things were created and why people have them all over, is because they create a great branding piece for your business and for your brand. Autoplates.com is one that I've used. They're just another great resource to get your brand out there. All right, now guys, so to conclude this little slideshow, you know, I really want to encourage you. There are so many options out there that you can do to just get out of your box, get out of your office. Let's say you're building a brand new business and you're waiting for leads, or you're doing some marketing, you're just waiting for things to start happening. Well, you know what? Why wait? Why watch the pot boil? Get out there and be active. You know, I lived in San Diego for years, and we would ride our bike around and just do fun things for marketing. Hand out water bottles, you know, go out, hand out pens, hand out paper to different local communities. And you know, it's just a great way to give to your local community, but to get your brand out there, but also to get yourself out of your office. You know, when you're newly building a business, especially from, let's say, a work from home type business or a home business opportunity, you want to make sure that you're having fun and you're getting out there, because your brand is one of your biggest commodities that you have. And the more you can get it out there, the more you can let people see it, the more people are going to start asking questions about what you do, and the more confident you are going to become about your brand. So guys, this is Rhonda Swan from the Unstoppable family, and I'm telling you to get out of your box and go have some fun. So guys, thanks again. If you like this this little slideshow, go ahead and like it at the bottom. Share it with other people if you like, because that's exactly how we get the word out there. Guys, Rhonda Swan, have a great day and go get out of your box.